Yeah, but you don't obviously you don't want to
No.
Bestiality is not a cool thing.
No. I would totally do a zebra.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. No, but I was going to be
mountain animals.
Mountain animals, like bears or wolves or bald eagle. Hello and welcome, everybody. I'm Josh.
And I'm Katie, and we're Fresh Breath.
We're the Band in the Van, and this is the Band in the Van podcast. This is episode 21.
Woo.
There are no drop-ins from any soaring eagles. There are no bear attacks. There are no timber woofs yet. It's just Katie and I, and we're talking about our life on the road. And, yeah.
We're in Saskatchewan.
Yeah, this episode we're coming to you from Swift Current, Saskatchewan.
Yep.
We talk in this episode a little bit about some spots that we like to stop on our way above Lake Superior.
And we're going to show you a little clip of the Walmart parking lot right now. So.
Yeah, it's busy. And also we do a new game where you have to either eat, be killed, or tell somebody to beat it.
With mountain animals.
With mountain animals. It's interesting, and we're going to get to it.
I make some really terrible decisions, and let's get to it.
Band
in the Van.
Podcast. All right. Back in the van, everybody.
Are we recording already?
I think we are. Let's cheers, and then we'll hit that timer. Cheers to being on the road again. All right, so this is the whole concept for this podcast, was for Katie and I to keep everybody updated on the road.
And we're back on the road.
And we're back on the road. So this is great. Let's do a little wardrobe check, a little fit check here. Tan, check. Ruffled collar from sleeping in the van, check.
Sleeping in your shirt.
Katie's unbridled beauty, just check. It's there. Okay, so right now we are in Little Current, Swift Current. I never know.
Oh my God!
I've been driving a lot.
Saskatchewan.
So Swift Current, Saskatchewan is where we are. We are in a Walmart parking lot, and we will insert a clip of that
there's lots of
here.
Campers here.
This is the busiest one we've been to. There's lots of campers, so we'll a little later tonight we'll get
take
some
a little walk with
little B-roll, and show you what's going on around here. But a little insight into the life of being on the road with us. So we drove through Ontario. I don't know if any of you guys have driven north above Lake Superior.
From leaving the GTA over to Thunder Bay.
Yeah, it's lengthy.
It's so long.
It's lengthy, and it's windy, and it's climby, and it's descending.
For some reason, we had it in our heads that we were going to get to Alberta today.
Yeah.
And maybe because last year we did the States side, so it shaved off a bit of time. We did maybe a little bit less time, but we left a little late on Monday. And I don't know, we've been putting big days in our belts, but we're still in Saskatchewan. We've got a little bit more to go. We're heading to Alberta tomorrow, so.
Yeah, we're only about 5 hours from our destination.
Yeah.
This is a long drive to get to your first gig. Normally, we would like to stack shows all the way up through here, but we're playing Saskatchewan and Manitoba on the way back. And like we said in the last podcast, Northern Ontario wants nothing to do with us, and it's okay, I guess.
It's definitely beautiful to drive through.
It really is.
There really is nothing going on, but
yeah,
it's lots of escarpment and
it's beautiful.
Canadian rocky, shield-looking blasted rocks as you're driving through.
Yeah,
and
so much.
Lake Superior is just sparkling, beautiful, and
yeah. Because we've done this so many times, there's a few spots that we like to make sure that we stop at on the way out. So there's this one. It's just a rest area, but it's at the top of Lake Superior, and you're still in Ontario at this point, obviously. But it's just this roundabout with 2 or 3 different parking sites, and you can spend the night there. I think when we stayed there a couple days ago, there was four for
I would
like
say it
van
was like a
campers.
full rest area.
Yeah, it was pretty
Yeah.
full, but and it's small.
People know about it.
Yeah, they're finding out, and, that's
And
the
there's
thing,
not much
too.
happening on that road, right? So it's
No.
like if you can find a little spot like that and it's
Yeah.
right on the water. It's
But it's a great spot. There's like bathrooms, and like last year when we were coming through, we actually did a lake bath there.
yeah. It was so
It
cool.
was crazy. It was like the end of summer, and it was
Freezing.
still so cold that it like took your breath away and like made you feel alive afterwards, like the Joe Rogan ice bath type thing. Like it was terrifying how cold it was. And then like once you jump in and lather up, then you're like, oh my god, I have to jump back in again to like get it
Rinse
all
your
off
hair.
you.
Yeah.
And like most of the time you would think that like you would like cool, like you know how you get into a cold pool, get out, get back in. It's like, oh, it's
Get
not that
used to
bad.
it.
It didn't
Yeah.
do that. It was just as painful, like daggers throughout your whole body the second time. And I was like, oh my god.
That was fucking cool.
Yeah, you almost didn't go, but I'm like, you gotta go. It's life changing.
I thought you were just being a baby. But
No, I wasn't.
I was like, it's fine.
bad.
It's going to be cold, but like, calm down. And I jumped in and I felt like I couldn't breathe. And I felt like I was going to just paralyzed in
Yeah.
freezing coldness. But yeah,
Yeah.
definitely made you feel alive after that.
Yeah. So we love that spot.
This time
always-
we got there, and it's been like a heat wave for everybody in Ontario, basically. And so as we were driving, it was still really hot in Wawa. Like this is like, 15 hours north at this point. And then where we ended up was probably like 20 hours into the drive, right?
Yeah.
Because it's about 4 hours from
Yeah.
Kenora. Anyways, it was finally like cooler.
that night it was 15
and,
degrees. And
yeah.
we're like, there's no need to.
I was gonna
plunge.
walk in and maybe like feel the water, but I'm like, it's chilly here.
Yeah,
so.
there's no need to do the polar plunge. But anyway, so then we went to Manitoba the next night. We went to Portage La Prairie, or Portage La Prairie.
Or Portage on the Prairie.
Portage La Prairie. What was the Portage on Portageon.com or PortageOnRadio.com.
Like Portage, Ontario.
Yeah,
Or no.
Portage on.
Winnipeg.
But they were
No,
calling
they
it
say that.
PortageOnRadio.com.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, Portage on Radio? They're like, Portage on Radio. I'm like, Portage on Radio.
It's a shit radio.
Yeah, it's just like real condensed blue poo radio. But anyway, so there's a spot there that we really like to stay as well when we're crossing.
Beautiful spot.
It's like this like island park. I'm not gonna get into too many specifics because I don't want it to the spot to blow up.
But also it's like a really well known. It's like all that the place is known for. Like,
Yeah, totally. It's like this island
huge
park.
part of
There's
it.
a water park right next door where we like to like have a shower and go for a swim and stuff. And like there's a frisbee golf course on the island as well. And then you're allowed to stay overnight. There's a lot of van dwellers that find these spots. And then now like overlander. Yeah, like I'm not telling. That's why I'm not being too specific. Like obviously, if you
think-
look up the island park in Portage, like you'll find it. But like there's a website called iOverlander,
yeah.
and iOverlander.com is like where all the van lifers go on and they tell you about the spots and whether they're safe.
Or it was
and whether
popular
they're
when
good.
we started anyways. I haven't
So,
looked at it in a while.
It is still, but it's just
Sure.
all the spots are getting shut down because they're getting too popular. There's so many people
Mm-hmm.
that are doing van life now, and like these little gems of spots that were like, oh, cool to go stay for a night or whatever. Now there's 15 vans showing up for like 2 parking spots, and the people
Yeah.
that live around there are like,
Yeah.
this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like,
What's
so they'll
happening?
shut them down. And anyway, so we're trying not to blow up any spots.
But I feel like with a lot of these spots, it's like you're moving through, you show up later, you leave in the morning. Like it's
Yeah.
not really like you're not supposed. I don't think, anyways.
you're not supposed to, but
We're not
people-
setting up shop and like staying there for days. You know what I mean?
People
Like we're
are
just kind of
people.
like continuing on. But
And some people
We'll do
are
that.
lesser people
like
than others.
some of the people around here, I wondered if
Yeah.
maybe they just live
Well,
here.
don't like throw this place under the bus. Like, why would you do that?
Well, I mean, I guess you could.
But yeah, there's some people here that are like set up shop with their like chairs out and tables, and like they're I
Yeah.
don't know if they're just spending the night or if they're spending a week. But we
Could
are
be.
spending
Probably
one
just
night here.
driving through. Right?
Yeah, most likely. But anyway, so we're gonna make our way into Calgary tomorrow, and then we play our first show on Saturday. So you'll be watching this Sunday. So we'll be one show under our belt, probably playing our next because it's a matinee on Sunday.
Yeah, true.
in Calgary. So we play Cochrane first. We're very excited about it. Should be fun. We're playing the Shire. We played there 3 years in a row now. This will be the third year in a row.
Yeah.
It's so much fun, and the owner always treats us really well, and we have repeat.
It's just like this little pub in the mountain, like
the
outskirts
foothills
of Calgary. Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. And then we head down to Kelowna, BC. So if you know anybody Kelowna that after you see this, let them know, because they will have a week to come see us, because we play Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
It's June 28th, 29th.
Yep. And this will be our first time to Kelowna as well, because we had driven down that way, but we went to Vancouver, and we went to Vancouver Island and Salt Spring Island. And that was like the very first time we ever drove out here. So it's been a while since we've been like to that area.
The open mic tour that we did.
Yeah.
Towing the pop-up camper.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pop-up camper was like 1972. Same bearings.
Yeah. So we've been doing like the kind of like cross Canada trip since 2010, since we got married, right? So
yeah, we towed that thing out here with the 4-cylinder Saturn Vue, and like we'd be in like, because it was stick shift, we'd be in like third gear trying to climb hills, and there'd be semi trucks just plowing past us, but you couldn't do it any other way.
You just keep on the right there, out of the way.
Stay out of the way. That's
so Josh has been driving this whole time. Yesterday we did like a 10.5 hour day yesterday. It was a good day.
Yeah.
And
like 12
once we got to like
around
the like Superior, it's like curves and like like, you know, like I don't know what I'm trying to say. Like there's mountainous type things happening. Lots of hills and curves.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't want to drive for that. There was a lot of more traffic, not really that much traffic, but like big logger trucks and stuff like that coming around the bends. I'm like, not really comfortable driving this section. But then we got to the prairies, and I'm like, I'll take over, because Josh was starting to be like, stay awake. And he still wouldn't let me drive. So
calm down. It's true though, because like I would rather just stop and get a coffee and wake back up.
And he likes to be, you know, behind the wheel. It's kind of
I'm
like
not
a happy place.
I'm not a good passenger. I'm very zen behind the wheel. It's like a happy place for me. It's like meditation for hours and hours. It's just the road in front of me and the thing, and I'm just like focused on the now. It's actually a very it's a very like in the now meditative state that I am in when I'm driving. And if I'm not driving, it's not. I'm like,
you're like,
worried about this. Yeah. Like,
be?
and not that you're not a good driver, but it's just like I don't relax in the passenger seat, and so I'd rather just be driving. So we stopped, got a coffee.
And I do relax in the passenger seat.
Exactly. You're good, and you navigate, and you
like
handle
that you
business.
like to drive,
yeah,
so.
you like.
But anyways, so it was a long day yesterday, and we made it to Portage last night, and then now we're in Saskatchewan, and we're kind of just making sure we don't overdo it and get to Calgary all tired and not ready to take on that weekend. So and what else was I going to say? We've been listening to a lot of podcasts and stuff.
We have
on our drive, and laughing a lot, because we love a good comedy podcast.
Yeah, Dan Soder's new podcast is hilarious. It's not new. I think it's been out for a few years.
It's actually pretty new. He's only has like under 20 episodes on it or something.
Yeah. There's one thing that we've really noticed though with podcasts is that whether you listen to comedy podcasts or you listen to self-help podcasts or you listen to like interview podcasts, which is usually like a combination of both of those things, all the subject matter seems to intertwine with itself, with like certain patterns of what successful and healthy people do with their lives. And it's like, there's diet and exercise and whatever, but when it comes to like relationships and how you treat yourself and how you were raised and how you move on from the way that you were raised, or how you deal with confronting people in your life, and like it seems like there's so many parallels. Like, I'm not going to get into it. This is not like a self-help podcast. Katie and I are in a van and having a beer and like driving across country.
But we listen to like that kind of mix of like self-help and comedy. Like today we listened to Mel Robbins' podcast, like her latest one, and it was with Dr. Shafali about like relationships with your parents and parenting kids
Parenting
and
your
stuff like that,
children
which we
and-
don't
yeah.
have, obviously, but it was
Nope.
very interesting listen.
It's
and
informative, and they really...
it always sparks Josh and I to kind of have a conversation too, so
Yeah.
it's kind of nice on the road to be like, we're both listening to this podcast and then we're having a conversation.
Pause, dissect,
Yeah.
go into...
Yeah.
I know it's probably crazy to think that Katie and I spend so much time together, but we talk all the way across the country. Like, we've been driving for
We
20...
did go shopping separately when we got here.
We did. 30 hours, I think, 31 hours we've been driving. Like, that's just drive time, not even, like, getting out and
Yeah.
getting snacks and going shopping. So, and, like, yeah, so we'll just, like, we'll listen and then talk and then listen and talk. And, like, yeah.
And sometimes we're just, like laughing and stopping to just be like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And, like she said, like, today we got to Swift Current. And Katie just went into the Walmart to go get, dry shampoo.
Mm-hmm.
Also a must on the road if you don't want to be, it's the best.
And like some
It's
makeup
the
wipes
best
and
on the road.
He's the best.
Because, like,
coffee cream and whatever we needed. Yeah.
So, and then I text Katie and I'm like, why don't you get this? I think we need a windshield washer fluid. And she got back, conveniently didn't get my text. And
I have this on silent.
I know. I'm just kidding. But then she got back to the van and we did like the swap where I went shopping and she stayed out. And like, this is like your alone time while you're on the road. Like,
go on, get it.
go shopping by yourself. Yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting life out here. But or I hope it is. I hope you guys aren't just bored out of your face listening to this.
Oh, Katie
But,
and Josh and their stupid van stories.
I know, right? Like, oh, they're in the van again. Oh, weird.
beers.
Drinking beers and fucking
Playing music.
not being too upset with each other. But, yeah. Anyways, do we have time for celebrity outings?
No, we have like 12 seconds.
Oh, there's 12 seconds. We'll have to wait. I had it
we'll
in my
do it
head.
next time.
I had in my head that we're going to do some weird, like, mountain, like, celebrity outings, but
should
maybe
do it
we'll
for
do
the
it out
next
there.
one, yeah.
But then I had, like, this weird, like, is there a way to do animal celebrity outings, but, like, not, like, but you don't...
Fuck, Mary Kill.
Yeah, but you don't, like, obviously you don't want to, like,
No.
like, bestiality is not a cool thing.
No.
You know?
Like, I would totally do a zebra.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. No, but I was going to be like...
Oh, mountain animals.
Mountain animals, like bears or
Safari.
wolves or, like, bald eagle. Like, which one
Which one would you rather
Which
die
one
from,
would you
or-
rather... Yeah, which one would you rather have eat you? Which one would you rather eat? Or which one would you rather...
Oh, this is fun. I like this.
Right?
Let's just do it right now.
Okay, we got time. We're going a little long
I
today.
can't wait.
So which one would you rather eat? Which one would you rather have eat you? And which one would you rather just tell to go eat it?
Okay.
All right, so bald eagle, grizzly bear, timber wolf.
Oh. I would tell the bear to beat it.
Tell the bear to beat it? You think it would listen?
I don't want to deal with any of the other things. Or I'd have to eat something too.
Yeah.
What is it again? I'll eat
You have to
something.
either eat it-
They'll eat me.
They'll eat you, or you can just tell them to eat it.
Yeah, I don't want to get eaten by a bear.
That's probably the worst. They
Yeah.
just hold you down and start tearing pieces off you.
So I'm going to tell the bear to get lost, and then I'll just deal with the wolf and the eagle.
And the eagle, yeah. So you're telling the bear to get lost.
And then
I thought you said you did. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's already happening.
Okay.
I'm making my bed here.
Okay.
The bear's got to get out of there. It scares me. I don't want it even in the situation.
No, I wouldn't either.
And then I'm going to eat the wolf.
For its spiritual power.
And then the eagle's going to eat me because I'm scared of birds and I feel like I'd probably win anyways. And I'll just let it happen.
Interesting.
Because it
Okay.
won't really eat me. It'll just kind of
It's
attack
true.
me a bit.
Okay, so now,
Or maybe not.
because this is such an interesting concept, and like I'm going to jump in
Okay.
and
What would
tell you
do?
what I would do. Okay.
Okay.
I wouldn't eat the dog because eating a dog.
Oh, I never thought of that.
Is the most disgusting thing of all time. Well, like in my opinion, I'm sure there's other people. But if I was dying, I would eat it for sure. But in this situation, we're not dying. This,
This
is
isn't
hypothetical.
real life.
This is a
guys.
hypothetical. But so I would tell the wolf to beat it. All right.
Beat it, wolf.
Yeah. And then I would let the eagle eat me because the way that they would do it is they would swoop down and it would grab you by the shoulders,
Right.
and it would carry you up into,
And then it would
it'd
drop
be like
you.
it drop you.
And
So
that's
it'd
how
be
you
like
did
this.
that. That
It'd be
was
like
an epic deck.
your shoulders would hurt
Okay,
a
so I
little
picked
bit.
the right one with that.
Your shoulders would hurt a little bit as it was like digging its talons in
Sure.
and carry you off, and then you get to skydive to your death.
This is not happening.
And then the bird would just peck your eyes out and eat you.
Yeah,
So
that's my
We're gonna
nightmare.
have bad dreams. And then
The bear, you would eat the bear.
I would
Lots
eat the
of meat.
bear. Lots of meat. You just gotta cook it. You don't want trichinosis.
Or that, what's that? Wasting disease.
Oh,
thing.
that's deer.
Oh, okay. No, I'm
The chronic wasting disease. There's a lot of signs about chronic wasting disease up here.
So Josh, we were like coming into Manitoba, I think,
Yeah.
right? And it was like, beware chronic wasting disease, deer.
Yeah.
Like, I guess you have to get it tested before you eat it, or what's the deal with that?
I think you can just see it. It looks
Oh,
like
you
a
can
zombie
see it.
deer. Yeah. I don't know.
Anyways, so yeah, that took a turn.
Oh, Jesus. Wow. Okay.
We're
Well,
learning
anyways.
about all the wildlife in Canada.
All right. Well, anyways, guys. Yeah, that took a weird turn.
Join us next time where we get eaten by an eagle.
No, please God, no. Yeah. Anyways,
Hopefully not
thanks.
the bear.
Thanks for hanging out for this episode of Band in the Van podcast. We're on the road again, and we're the band, in the van, and we're gonna be in the van, in the band
On the road.
for the foreseeable future.
So the end. Dun, dun, dun.
See you guys.